feeling about this.
Why?
Because he seems like he's really good at doing this. He just doesn't look natural. I had a weird feeling I'm like some sort of undercover boss show.
In this video, we're going to look at some of the worst employees on Undercover Boss and how management handled them. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Let's get to it. Number 6. Ronnie. First, we'll head to Boston Market, where the chief brand officer of Boston Market, Sarah Bidorf, went undercover. She worked with Ronnie, a supervisor at the fast casual restaurant chain, who doesn't believe the customer is always right.
I'm Ronnie.
Hi, Rachel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So we're going to be working together today, yeah?
Yes.
On your competition. You excited?
Yeah, a little nervous. But
It's okay, don't worry about it. You have a great teacher.
Oh, good.
We say that because even though he's working in a place where there are customers everywhere, and his job is to serve them, he emphasized to Sarah that he hated them. But it wasn't that simple. His hatred went so deep, he felt he hated them more than anything else out there.
I literally hate customers more than anything in the entire world. I hate them so much. They do. It's all about them. And they demand everything.
Wow.
That's a lot of hate directed at customers. He went into great detail about his hate, including how the customers were terrible, stating that they were always needing something, and that everything was about them, and so on.
They're customers, they're not anything special. I fell in love with the people of Boston Market, not the customers or the corporation. Like,
So you just really don't like customers.
customers are such like little bitches, and like all the time it's all about like pleasing the customer. Like,
Think he was done? Nope, he wasn't. He said he hated children and the elderly the most because of how annoying they were, how they never knew what they wanted, and that they couldn't talk.
children and old people are literally the worst I've ever seen in my entire life because none of them know what they want and they're like literally can't talk. So you just kind of have to deal with it.
It's not hard to predict what the boss did next. She pulled him outside and delivered some swift justice by sending him home, and stating that she would talk with his manager about what to do next.
I did get you. I got you saying a bunch of things about our customers
I did.
that are really not very nice. I'm angry and I'm heartbroken and I'm disappointed. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you home for the day. You might wanna think about whether this is really the right job choice for you.
It's pretty much guaranteed that he got fired, and it's not a surprise at all. There's a difference between hating the job you're in and hating the people you're helping through your job. Unless they did something directly to you, that hate shouldn't reach this level. Plus, if he hated it so much, why didn't he leave on his own terms? Number 5. The abusive manager. Next up is the president and CEO of the restaurant chain Checkers and Rallies, Rick Silva. He went undercover as Alex to one of his stores to see how the manager/supervisor handled things.
We have very strict standards in terms of how the product should be cooked. That's why we have all those timers. Can you help me with the buttons here? Tell me which button to hit?
It wasn't pretty at all. The manager was a menace. Instead of handling things with a kind but firm hand, he was barking orders repeatedly and overall being abusive to his employees, even being caught on camera saying that if one of his employees had overtime, they were going to take them outside and beat them up.
I kept hearing the general manager barking orders. Sir!
I need you to drop what you're doing. I need you to take some trash out.
And then I heard it again.
How many hours do you have right now? So if you go on overtime, I can take you outside and beat you up, right?
The CEO was so livid that he took him outside, berated him, and noted that you don't belong in that restaurant.
I'm CEO for this company. I know exactly what it takes to run a restaurant like this. And guess what? I know the right way to do it, and I know the wrong way to do it. And what I saw here today is completely the wrong way to do it.
He backed that up by shutting down the restaurant for a week so that his employees wouldn't have to deal with him anymore and could get things back on track.
Right now, you're not doing the job to our standard, and so you don't belong in that restaurant. Right here, right now, we're going to shut the restaurant down.
Think about that act for a moment. That meant the restaurant wasn't making money, which most CEOs prize over anything else. But this time, the CEO knew it was the employees who came first, so he didn't let them get abused anymore, and even paid them during this time off. Number 4. The Iron Fist Chef. We'll now go to Buffalo Wings and Rings, where the CEO, Nader Maceda, went undercover and found out that one of the franchises had a kitchen manager that was being really rough with those under him. At least when Gordon Ramsay goes off on someone, you can probably trust his judgment. But this kitchen manager was a loose cannon, condescending to coworkers, and the CEO was horrified by the way he carried himself.
I'm an ass, I'm a kid, I'm harsh, I'm over the top. Fear equals respect. You're gonna have to rule with an iron fist, man. If I see somebody take my towel, I'm gonna kick you straight in your little baby nuts.
It all culminated at the end of the episode, where the CEO brought in the kitchen manager, along with the franchise owner and another coworker, so that everything could be talked about together.
The girls' concern was how the kitchen disrespected them and how many complaints we had from our customers that could hear all of their F-bombs being dropped. It's embarrassing, and I don't care how many times anybody addressed it, it would never get fixed because he doesn't want to get it fixed.
It went pretty much as you'd imagine, leading to Nader giving the franchise owner the opportunity to decide what to do with him. The franchise asked for the kitchen manager to be separated from them, and he couldn't believe it.
I think I would have a better chance at success if we separate ways.
Okay, so go on then.
It's the decision that Sean would like to make.
Like he said, he won't change his ways. He is who he is. Well, he made his bed, and now he had to lie in it.
I'm not gonna change me. I am who I am. Sorry, I'm such a scary monster.
Those at the top rarely see themselves at fault, and this guy was proof of that. Number 3, punching an 8-year-old. Here we have the CEO of Yankee Candle, Harlan Kent, who went undercover as Dan, and he surely didn't expect to meet an employee with clear anger issues.
Are you Blaze?
Yes.
I'm Dan.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Hi. This is such a big place. It took me a little bit of time to get around here.
Understandable. So you're going to be training with you today?
Yes.
The employee was mad at a mess that another customer made when dipping candles. And when he went to vent to his new employee, he said this: "It makes me want to punch an 8-year-old," which obviously left the CEO pretty wide-eyed.
They'll dip it a million times, leave you a mess like this. As bad as this comes across, sometimes I feel like punching an 8-year-old.
First off, that's a very specific thing to say. What did his employee have against 8-year-olds? Second, when you're frustrated, you simply ask to take a minute to get in a better mindset. Saying you want to hit someone, especially in front of a camera, isn't that smart. This next one is arguably the worst of the lot. How so? Oh, you'll see. Number 2, Jacqueline. When the founder and CEO of Retro Fitness, Eric Hasaburi, went undercover as Barry, a reality show contestant eager to start his own fitness journey, he met one of his managers in Jacqueline. And she definitely wasn't what he hoped for in terms of someone running one of his gyms. She started out very kind and considerate, even saying it wasn't hard to run the gym.
Is Jacqueline here?
That's me.
That's you?
Hi.
Jacqueline
How are
Barry.
you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You got your...
I do, yes.
Oh, there we
I am
go.
ready.
You want to come over this side?
Absolutely.
All right. There's a lot of stuff to know,
Okay.
but it's not hard.
But when they actually started to work together, she revealed her true self. She insulted the members for asking questions about their products. She said she wanted to hurt her coworkers, and when a member was waiting for Eric to figure out the hole puncher, Jacqueline said, "It's not rocket science." Then when Eric made a follow-up joke to a customer who wished him luck, Jacqueline said to another customer that she was going to kill him.
How come this isn't punching?
You're probably doing it on the wrong side.
Oh, that is the reason why.
It's not rocket science, it's a hole puncher.
You got a tough drill instructor over here today.
Maybe if you listen to me, I don't know.
Good luck, buddy.
I'm gonna need it today.
I'm gonna kill him.
She even did something super unprofessional, calling out a member for having a late payment, loud enough for Eric and the other members hanging around to hear it all.
Hey, your payment.
Huh?
Your payment's overdue.
I know, I'm gonna pay it tomorrow.
No, you have to pay today.
Nuh-uh, Jack.
Hello, no, listen. How many times do I have to tell you? Don't with me, dude.
As you can imagine, at the end of the episode, he addressed her about her conduct. She tried to explain things, but he shut her down immediately and sent her on her way.
I can't make it any more clear. I can't have you behind the counter like this. I'm disappointed, Jack. We have to part ways. There's nothing else I could do.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
You can't have that kind of person running things. Number 1, Drew. Amit Kleinberg, the CEO of Menchie's, a frozen yogurt franchise, went undercover as Alan to work at one of their locations in Washington. Immediately, it was clear that the blonde manager named Drew was more interested in telling Amit what to do than helping him.
And Drew was not really walking me through the steps and explaining.
Throw that stuff in that.
Cardboard?
Duh.
She's more expecting me to pick up clues and hints of what she's trying to communicate.
She didn't teach him anything, and when she did explain things, it wasn't helpful at all. She even did this, which made Amit super uncomfortable.
Will you tie my shoe? Please, I have chocolate on my hand. Oh my God. Thanks, friend.
To the camera, she noted that Alan was asking me a million questions. Why are you asking me all of these questions? We're not on a date.
It's asking me a million questions. Why are you asking me all these questions? We're not on a date.
Oh, and she said that pretty people shouldn't have to work. And shortly after that, leaves Amit to cut mangoes while she goes back to gossip about him with customers.
Keeps asking me a million questions. I'm like, just do what I tell you to do. He's like, oh, so you're good at bossing people around? I was like, yes. Yeah, right. Yeah, I am. I'm a professional, actually. Get it right.
How she became a shift leader, we don't know. And likely, neither did Amit. And there you have it, everyone. A look at some of the worst employees on Undercover Boss getting put in their place. Were you amazed by how the bosses handled some of these people? Which terrible employee made you wonder how they could be the way that they are? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.